It's that time of year again. Do you know why I have this in my video? I can't even fit it in my studio, but my wife said it's Christmas, you need a tree in your studio. So God bless her, she put together this tree. So that's why you're seeing this tree in my hand. It's not going to be in the rest of the video. I wouldn't do that. I would die. Woo. Okay, let's get rid of the tree. Hey guys, my name is Carl Golden and welcome to Golden Studios. So it's coming up to Christmas. I've got my stupid Christmas jumper on, which is quite tight, so hopefully it's not showing too much of my fat. Why are jumpers so unforgiving? I'm gonna sit up straight and show you my muscles. Not only at Christmas, but throughout the year I get asked, what do you buy guitarists for Christmas or for their birthday or just for a gift? So today I'm just gonna go through some gift ideas for yourself maybe, or for others. But in this video I'm only gonna show stuff that I have used this year and I have fell in love with. I personally usually buy a lot of my stuff from Amazon brand new, but after discovering reverb.com, that has changed my life. If you haven't heard of reverb.com, it's kind of like eBay but for musicians. So you can go on there and get second-hand gear. You can get brand new stuff as well, and you get some great deals on there. And actually all the stuff in my studio that I've bought is on there for a lot less money, which is very frustrating, but I've learnt my lesson. Reverb.com is the place to be for us musicians. If you're new to reverb.com like me, you can get $15 off your first purchase. All you need to do is go to the link in my description, sign up, they send you a coupon to redeem or something. They've also got a holiday sale going on with loads of listings that have 15% off, so make sure you check that out. There's a link to that in the description below. It's got guitar equipment, bass equipment, recording equipment, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. As I mentioned earlier, I'm only going to recommend gear that I have used myself. We're going to go from smaller items like plectrums to strings to leads to actually pedals, amps and guitars. So let's get started. My first recommendations are the plectrums I've discovered this year, and I've been using the Andy James Jim Dunlop official plectrums, which are really thick and I just love them. I think they're 2.2, they could be more. But also I discovered chicken picks, which are definitely 2.2 because it says it on the back. But these two plectrums are very similar. Let me see if I can bring them up close. So these are very thick plectrums. I feel like I can really dig in with these plectrums, and my picking has got a lot more accuracy to it since using these. These are my last two, which is why the pictures, they look a bit rugged, but I need to get some more of these bad boys. Links in the description below. Like plectrums, that's going to be a lot of mess to tidy up. There are other gifts that people overlook that are not expensive and guitarists love, and they are of course guitar strings. We always run out of guitar strings. We can never have enough. Ask any guitarist. So I am going to recommend for electric guitar, which I use the most, is probably the regular Slinkies by Ernie Ball. I am an Ernie Ball artist, so I am going to be a little bit biased, so I of course only use Ernie Ball, but they are the best. So for electric guitar, as I was saying, I recommend regular Slinky, and if you've got a bit more money to spend, I recommend the Paradigms 10s, so they're exactly the same as a regular Slinky, but these last a bit longer, and if they don't last as long as they say, you can take them back and get a new pack. My most popular video on YouTube is my 5 classic solos on acoustic, and for that I use the Paradigm acoustic strings. These extra light 10 to 50, 80-20 bronze. So these are the reasons that I can bend my strings so easily. Obviously if you want them for rhythm playing, I would get a higher gauge, maybe the 13s rather than the 10s. If you've got a budget of around £10, maybe get some plectrums and a pack of strings. I would be happy with that as a gift. Even if you get the wrong pack of strings, a guitarist will always find a time where they'll use it. So those are the lower range recommendations as gifts for guitarists from me. If you've got a bit more money in your budget, I recommend getting these bad boys. These are Ernie Ball's new braided cables. So these are non-tangle, and any guitarist will know the nightmares of opening up your gig bag and everything is just tangled up and it's just horrible. You're rushing to get on stage, you can't set up your pedals. This is a saviour. These are quite expensive, but these have lasted a lot longer than my normal guitar leads that have just broken through me getting them tangled up. So quite simply, these braided cables are amazing. I've got about 4 of these and they've lasted almost a year now. So this next gift is very important, especially if the person you're buying for does not own this pedal, and it is a compression pedal. Every guitarist should own a compression pedal. So they will thank you very, very much indeed for you getting them this gift. So I've got here the More Yellow Comp. This is one of the cheaper compression pedals, but does the job perfectly. Your clean guitar sounds will be more sparkly and beautiful. Your lead guitar sounds, that sustain will last for a lot longer. Yeah, basically, that's a very good gift and I highly recommend it. Another pedal that I recommend is a bit more pricey, but it's called the Beat Buddy. So if you've got quite a good budget to spend for someone, or if you're just looking for a gift for yourself. So the idea of this pedal is that you have a drummer to jam with in a pedal and you control it. You decide when the drums stop, you decide when the fill comes in, you decide when it changes to a verse or a chorus, all with the switch of a button. You can also get an extra foot switch that connects to this, so you can add in crashes and stops and things, but I'll put all the links to these in the description. Amazing tool for practicing, even for gigging if you're a solo artist. Once again, this is another pedal where the person receiving the gift will love you for a long time. The next gift that I am going to show you is a bit more pricey than all the others. This is probably more of a gift you're going to buy yourself as a guitarist. So you may have seen a couple of videos where I'm using the Preamp Live. So this bad boy can basically replace your amp, which is insane. And obviously you can get things like a Kemper that does tone capture, but I think that's around £2,000. This is 3/4 of the price. So this can capture your favorite amp and be enclosed digitally within this pedal. There's lots of videos online about this. I won't go into detail, but this is something that I have found to be an incredible tool and highly recommend it. I think Paul Davies actually did a video the other day about this, so make sure you go check out his video where he goes into a bit more detail about this. Next up, we're going to talk about amps. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Boss Katana Mini. I bought this earlier in the year and it's such an amazing practice tool and a great gift as well. You can power it with batteries or you can power it with a power supply, but it's got built-in delay and you can kind of make that sound like reverb if you're looking to practice on tour or just when you go on holiday. This is a great gift for someone. If you're looking for a very good practice amp, I'll actually recommend this bad boy, which is the Boss Katana 50. You would have seen me play this in my last few videos and you would hear how incredible it sounds. That is my next recommendation for an amp. You could use this to gig live. It's 50 watts. It is loud enough to gig with a band and it's got built-in effects, so you don't need loads of pedals on the floor. You can just buy one of these things, this foot switch, which is FS6, and this connects to your Boss Katana 50 and allows you to change between the 4 channels, which you can have different effects on. I bought both of these brand new, but you can go on Reverb and get them second hand and save yourself a few squid. The next gift I'm going to talk about is to do with recording your guitars. So I'm going to recommend the Focusrite 2i2 Scarlett. This was the interface I used before I upgraded to the Focusrite Claret 8 Pre. This is quite pricey. You can get the Focusrite 2i2 Scarlett is on Reverb for a lot cheaper second hand. They are such robust pieces of gear. So you have the potential with this to record 2 guitars or 2 microphones. So it could be 2 singers, 2 guitar amps, 1 guitar amp, 1 singer, whatever you want. 1 guitarist, 1 bassist. God, you can work out the combinations. The one thing I love about Focusrite equipment is literally you plug it into your computer, it picks it up, no problems at all. You haven't got to worry about installing any patches and things so it works on your system. If you have a bit more money to spend and you want to record more than 2 instruments, I would recommend getting the Focusrite Claret 8 Pre USB, which I have. This has a potential of 16 inputs, and like this one, plugged it into my computer, picked it up, straight into recording, no problems whatsoever. My next recommendation is my Torpedo Live. So if you're not really into miking up your amp, or you don't like the digital side of things, well, saying that this is digital, but I'll explain that in a second. My next recommendation is my Torpedo Live. If you're one of these guys who loves the sound of a real amp but can't crank it in your bedroom or your studio like me, this is the bad boy for you. I've got my Kraken here. I would love to have a big old speaker that I can blast and capture with mics, but I can't because my neighbours would kill me. So what I do is I connect up to my Torpedo Live, and this is kind of like an amp simulator. So it kind of acts like your cabinet would, digitally. It's not as complicated as I'm probably making it sound, but basically this loads some software in your computer and you can choose from a range of cabinets, 2x12, 1x12, whatever, and you can choose where the microphone goes and how far back it is, what type of microphone you're using, and you can get the sounds you would, or close enough, when you're using a big mic. Big mic, big amp. So you would have heard this in a lot of my 100 riffs videos, and people have been complimenting me on how great my sound is. That is all through my Kraken going into my Torpedo Live. So you don't have to crank your amps at all. You can just use your Torpedo Live load box. There's plenty of videos on YouTube where you can find out a bit more information about this. I'm probably not explaining it very well, but basically this is the tips. So highly recommend that bad boy. While I'm talking about my Torpedo Live, I might as well recommend this as well. This is the Victory amp, the Kraken, that Rabir Massad designed. And I'm a big fan of Rabir, and I love all his demos, and he gets great sounds when he does them, and he uses this, and he uses his Torpedo Live. So if that's not saying anything, then I don't know what is. There's no clean channel on this amp. It's only got gain 1 and gain 2, but if you're a rock or metal player, this is a great amp for you. I use this, as I said before, I use this in combination with my Torpedo Live. You can get some of these second-hand on Reverb for a lot cheaper than retail price, so they're such sturdy amps. My final recommendation is some guitars. These are Shergold guitars, which are behind me. So I'm actually endorsed by Shergold guitars, and the one thing I love about them is they have English heritage, but they are very unique looking guitars. The price range is incredible for what they're made of. So these are around £800, and they actually have mahogany bodies and rosewood necks. And having a rosewood neck is actually crazy for this price range. With all the Shergold guitars, you get Seymour Duncan pickups as well, so you're getting high quality pickups. This model is the SM01, so it's got 3 single coil pickups. I've also got the SM02, apologies for the creaky chair. The SM02 actually has a humbucker in the bridge and 2 single coil pickups, but it also has a push-pull call tap on the tone knob, so you can split your humbucker into a single coil pickup. There's actually 4 different variations of these Shergold guitars. You've got the SM01, 02, 03 and 04. After saying that, I've just realised this guitar is actually the SM03. The SM01 actually has a P90 in the neck and a humbucker in the bridge, I believe. And the SM04 just has 2 humbuckers in the guitar. If you're looking for a gigging guitar or a practice guitar that is good in a range of different styles, these are the guitars for you. They're great for rhythm, they're great for shred. If you check out some of my videos using these, you'll just hear how great they sound. Some people do not like the way they look. I personally love that they look like no other guitar. They're very unique. I think you might start seeing a few more people playing these guitars in the future. They've only been around for about a year now, and if you picked one of these up in a guitar store, you would be blown away. I think that's it for today, guys. They're basically my recommendations as gifts, either for yourself or someone else, from the equipment I own. All this stuff I've either bought or acquired throughout the year through sponsorships, but this is the equipment that I use all the time and love. Big thanks to these guys, my patrons, who support me for $5 or $7 a month. In return, they get their lovely names shoved at the end of my videos, and also they get backing tracks and tabs for my previous videos and my future videos that I'm releasing them for as long as you support me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you click that notification button so you don't miss any of my future videos. I'll see you for another video very soon.